What do you think's going to happen, this weekend?
Look, getting into a final is always the most difficult journey. You look at the build-up and the hype around the dominance of the Northern Hemisphere. So we've managed to, overcome that. I don't think our journey's been pretty getting there.
Mm-mm.
But doesn't matter. We're in a final, and it's always on the day of a final. It's the side who applies the most amount of pressure to force the other team to make as many mistakes as they can, capitalize on those mistakes through penalties or tries, and obviously, play within that law that is going to make the game competitive, so you don't find a scenario of 14 versus 15. But in saying that, my blood is green. My hair can't be green, otherwise I would have made it green.
We got the green background at least. We got enough green, yeah.
But I'm confident that we can make it back-to-back World Cups. The All Blacks are not going to be a walkover. If I had to look at the two sides right now and say who is the form team going into this final, I would sadly have to say that the All Blacks are the form team.
Oh, for sure.
Are we a little bit more smart than them? I do think so. We've got boatloads of experience, not only from our coaching staff, but the players on the field is remarkable compared to what the All Blacks have. I mean, they've got their... but the big deciding element and component that always comes into play is the strength and the impact that our bench can make on a game and how they can turn a game on its head. And if the All Blacks can't neutralize, if they can't bring their bench up and get them to that level of making that impact, and we're able to succeed and supersede that, then we will win. Will it be by much? No, it's going to be
close.
Very, very close. So get those Urbanols out, my dude.
Listen, but this, I mean, just if you look at the magnitude, obviously it's like back-to-back World Cups. So if you look at this group of players, right, they're actually emulating every single previous squad that's won the World Cup from the box. If they beat New Zealand in a final, that emulates 1995. They win the World Cup in France, that emulates 2007. They go back-to-back, that actually emulates the greatest, people consider the greatest team ever, New Zealand 2011 to 2015. I mean, they'll go down. I think Kolisi's probably gone down as the most successful captain, probably of all time. I mean, Lions Tour, 2 finals, winning 1, winning the Tri-Nations. I mean, everybody in this team. I mean, Etzebeth would probably go down as one of the best locks, if not the best.
Probably one of the greatest of all time.
So, I mean, there's a lot, obviously. I mean, it sounds stupid to say it's a World Cup final. There's a lot to play for, but these guys are on the verge of all-time greatness to be able to emulate everything that previous squads have done.
Look, they're definitely going to become iconic. They're going to become legends of world rugby, by emulating that and achieving that greatness. You will never have it easily in our generation again, to be quite honest. And if it does happen, I mean, what a fairy tale, what a rock star story, and may it bring much blessings more for the guys. Our country feeds off our sport, especially our rugby. It will be fantastic for our country. Bring about change, positivity, energy, and for the players, I mean, to ring up the register.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's probably the afterthought at the end, but yeah, for sure. I mean, across the whole world, I mean, that would be. I think you look at marketing.
They'll go down as the greatest. If they win on Saturday, they'll go down as the greatest group of players. In the history of the game. I mean,
I think yes, yeah. I think that. I mean, to win back to back, and I mean, Yeah, but there'll always be that debate between them and that group of players from 11 to 15 from New Zealand, the All Blacks, Richie McCaw being the captain.
With the Springboks.
Yeah. No, listen, I think, if you look at that group of players, you could take any one player out of that team and replace him with somebody else, like we talk about the bench. Everybody knows, and this is the most important thing, everybody knows their role, what they need to do 100%, and everybody seems like trusts each other 100%. That's how you can be 9 points down with 10 minutes left and still win the game.
Absolutely. And knowing, under severe stress, and that although you didn't have the ability to exercise your game plan, you still utilize the players that you had to be good enough in their respective positions to get the win for you. And it was small little wins that eventually got it for us. You could see, that second half when the English hadn't made mistakes, all their box kicks were on point. Now they're kicking directly into touch. 4 knock-ons in the first 10 minutes of the game. That was the small major mind shift. And then obviously the big one was when we started getting scrum time again.
Oxen chair.
I mean, I loved it. I cannot stand that Sinclair from England. And I thank you for him that he came up and he was totally annihilated. And for him, he actually lost England that test match.
Yeah.
And then Ox was, that's just a monster of a performance. But it shows you how you build in each one is an individual, but collectively they're great. And that's, again, another lesson for, the man in the street is, you're only good as your sum of your moving parts, or as a partnership, and not individually.
Did you, because I think a big thing also about the squad is like the leadership from Rassie as well. Did you guys ever, did your timelines ever cross? Did you know him well at all?
I played with Rassie when we equaled the All Blacks world record for those 17 test matches.
Yes, yeah. Was that under Nick Mallet?
Yes,
yes,
Nick
okay,
Mallet, yeah. So now I've had to do a lot to do with Rassie. Obviously, we also personal house friends. We quite close.
Oh, yes.
So smart man. He sometimes gets you so worried about what he's doing, and the coaches have the ability to also change their players' focus.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on the game and the play, now they're worried about lights and and these little comments and these innuendos.
I love that guy's mind games with World Rugby. I mean, did you see where they said, Rassie Erasmus picked your team for the weekend to the English coach? And the English coach, really? It's just the mind games. And then when they banned him as well for getting involved, I can't remember what it was for, and then they gave him a ban from World Rugby a couple of years back. I was just taking the piss at home and talking about the ban and everything. He looks like a fun guy to be around.
No, he is, and the players enjoy him. He gives a lot of responsibility to the players, and in saying that, he's smart. So it's one thing me being smart, but I do not know how to carry the message over or get the buy-in. He has that ability. To bring all those moving parts together. I could be talking about Martians and aliens and all sorts of futuristic stuff, but my players don't believe it. My players don't see it. They're not going to achieve it. And we've got everything there. I mean, there's just, those players, like I said, if they win this World Cup, they can become iconic for the country. And if they utilize beyond their sport for other parts in our society, I mean, it also just from a tourism point of view, from being known, this little piece on the tip of Africa, the African continent, South Africa, we're known worldwide through our rugby, So, it's all good, man. All good.
Score prediction, lastly, for this weekend. I know you said it's going to be close, but do you have what do you reckon? 14-17?
Yeah, look, I think it. I think maybe like a 17-13.
I also think something like that. Mind you, we've never conceded a try in the final but things do change.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also think there. So you said 13-17. I'm gonna go 14-17.
Yeah. It's going to be close. It's going to be decided on a try and a penalty, or one of the two. That is what the point difference.
Just imagine Pollard doing a Stransky style drop goal in the last minute, just to emulate it.
I don't actually care how they do it.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's the worst rugby for 80 minutes, as long as when that whistle goes, we're ahead on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And we lift that trophy.
That's true.
That's all.
That's how we felt in 2007. So, yeah. Okay. 14-17, 13-17. So hopefully it's close to that.
So let's see. But as I say, as long as it's a win.
Yeah.
Go Boca.
A win is a win. Yeah. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, I've got another one for you over here and over here. Please don't forget to subscribe over here and have a look at my other socials down in the description box below. Thanks for watching.